Hey, this is Rick from Mike and Rick Outdoors, and I wanted to tell you about a new app that I found, and is great for anybody who's a camper, hunter, fisherman. You're really going to like this, and then the ATVs, the off-road stuff. But it's Natural Atlas. It's an app that shows you all kinds of things about the environment where you're at, and trails and public lands, all that. So before I tell you about all that, please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as I put out new videos. Here's the deal. I'll make this quick as I can. Sometimes I get long-winded. So this is a new app that I found, and the reason I'm bringing it to you is because there are some incredible things that you'll enjoy as an outdoorsman. And I want to give you just some real quick examples here. From the main menu, I'm going to go back. There's so many maps on this. It's really great. This is one of the great things I like about this so far. Let me give you just a real brief overview of what I think Natural Atlas is, because I'm just now getting used to it. But it's about you, one, enjoying the outdoors, sharing your experience in the outdoors, whether you see a great rock formation, maybe a waterfall or an elk or birds or whatever it is, and you can take pictures and you can show where you're at, and you can record your activity so other people can see about all these other great places to go visit wherever you are. But when I was looking at this first, I haven't even gone through all of the tutorials or the things to learn about the app, but when I was checking it out, I noticed really quick that the maps were really nice. But what I really liked is about the maps, there's several maps here. Right now I'm on Natural Atlas Topo. There's Natural Atlas Public Lands. There's Natural Atlas Geology. And on the geology, you can go and look at, just incredible things about, you can get an indication of what kind of geology is wherever. Really great to see that view. And then you have the Natural Atlas Satellite Topo, Natural Atlas Satellite Public Lands. Here's what I really like, because as Mike and I have gone out and we've gone hunting and fishing, especially here in Colorado, and we're camping wherever we go, and then sometimes we're out on ATVs. ATVs is a little bit easier because you already know, you can see where all the ATVs are going. But anyway, there's some nice features about that, what you can see on the maps here. What I really like though is a lot of times Mike and I are not sure about where we can camp. So we'll be out on a road someplace. So now if I pick Natural Atlas Public Lands, and Mike and I this last summer were out at the 11-mile canyon area here in Colorado, and we were doing rural camping. Around the lake, it's reserved. You have to reserve it with the state and you have to pay. But out where we were at along the canyon that feeds out of the lake, there's a lot of places you can go out off-road there in rural areas that are Pikes Forest. It's a Pikes National Forest. And you can camp all over there. But there's been a lot of times Mike and I are driving around or trying to figure out where to camp. And down, like say at South Fork, when we've been down there, you don't always know if you're on private land or public land, whether it's BLM, forest, national forest, or private, or whatever it might be, or the state land. Well, this is great here because you can see all of it. And so when I zoom into the lake, there is BLM land, there's Colorado state land, there's private land, there's a park here that's, I think, run by the state, and then there's the U.S. Forest Service land. And if I click on it, it then shows me, and it tells me who owns that land. Now, it doesn't always give you everything you need to know, but I can also see in here where there's roads and side roads, and it's white, and you can tell it's probably private. But right next to it, there's parts of it that are public lands or national forests. Now, I was driving through this area the other day that I took my son, daughter, and my nephew out, and we did some hiking up at 11-Mile Lake. And I was noticing there was some people camping, but then I also noticed there was private land. I was going, what? What is it here? Is it national? Is it public, or is it private? Well, on here, you can see, and I'll have screenshots of all this. You can see what's private and national park or national forest or BLM. Now, you may not always know, but you will have a pretty good idea. Way better than if you go out and just go, hey, that looks like public. That doesn't look like public. I don't like that because sometimes you're in these big ranches and sometimes they're not fenced, and you might think that it's public and it's not. Now, I think most of the time you're okay. If it's not fenced, you're probably all right. But I still like to be able to see am I on public land or not. That's what I love about this app so far. You can switch back and forth, and then you can go to the natural atlas for just a topo with the atlas or the aerial, and then you can go to the natural atlas satellite with public lands. It shows everything with green markings around it or highlights around it or blue. I think the blue is Colorado State, the green is National Forest, and then you can look at other places here that are private, etc. So great app so far. I really like it, but I'm going to bring more training on this app. So as a fisherman or a hunter or ATVs or a camper, you'll be able to see really easy where you're at, where you can camp or where you can get to. And especially say if you're a hunter, you want to know what sections you're on. You want to know, are you on BLM land? Because when Mike and I were down at Miramonte Reservoir in November, we had a bunch of fishermen, not fishermen, there were some of those. We had a lot of hunters, and they had particular places they could hunt. And some of the places were private, some were public. And so they had to be careful. So this is just the one thing I really like about it. And again, I'm going to have a playlist of this, and I'll bring this training to you over the next weeks and months. So you'll be able to see that there's another app out here that may be great for you and you might be interested in getting. So far what I've seen, I really like, because I have not seen an app. Now I'm sure, please leave a comment below, because I know a bunch of people are going to say, well, this app and this app and this app, they all have public lands. All right, great. I don't use those apps very much, but go ahead, leave comments, because I like to learn, and I like, we all can learn. And then when I'm doing more videos, then I'm giving better information out. But that's one thing I do like so far about this app, the public lands aspect of it, so I can see exactly where I'm trespassing or not trespassing, and I don't want to trespass. All right, that's it. Like I said, leave a comment below. Please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as we put out new videos. And I'll see you back here soon in Colorado.